you so much. I know a little something about Governor Northam, or Ralph.
Ralph is good.
That I discovered when I was doing some outreach in Accomack and on the Eastern Shore. I saw a guy. I thought I had a Ralph sighting, and I got really excited. And I ran out to the little sidewalk, and I was like, "Are you Ralph Northam?" And he's like, "That's my brother."
My younger brother.
So we chatted a little bit, but I was working in nutrition and doing some outreach with the Parks and Rec department there, and Wayne Burton, who grew up with Ralph, just a down home, really lovely man, grew up farming, and he had the most wonderful things to say about Ralph and his family from childhood. He said, "Oh, I know Ralph, we played basketball, we did all these things together." And that was during a time when white people were exiting public education, but Ralph and his family knew that how important it was for him to stay in the public school system and support public education, because it is the opportunity that will equalize the uneven playing field that we're dealing with. So I really, like, my heart just opened up, and I'm like, I'm all for it. I never knew this. I always loved the guy, but now I know that he has such a solid foundation, and he really gets it. And that's why we're going to work really hard to get you into the governorship. So I really appreciate you being here. I also want to thank all the hosts, especially Pierce for opening up his home, and Stacy for doing all the food and getting everything prepared and keeping me on schedule. Thank you. Making sure I got here on time. And Leighton, who canceled her surgery so that she could be here. A really important surgery. So I'm so grateful to you for that. And Roxy, who 4 years ago said, "You need to be looking at city council." I'm like, no, I've got to focus. So you were there from the beginning. I so appreciate everything you've done for me personally and professionally. I just so love you. So thank you so much. Great people. Pierce was the best boss I've ever had in life. He was amazing. I got to see him at work putting the I-95 corridor. So he led multiple states and moving things forward. We had a MOU that Ralph spearheaded between 5 different states that share I-81 corridor. That was crazy. We got on a little puddle hopper plane that I was terrified, but he made it happen. And I've gained a lot of knowledge just watching amazing people like Tim Payne, like Mark Warner, like Carol Wolf, who's here. Carol has also been a mentor to me on the school board, and just doing the right thing in the face of extreme adversity. And I really appreciate being able to follow in your footsteps and have that opportunity to really grow. Bill Hefty, who I watched over in the old city hall and followed you around the General Assembly trying to learn how to be a lobbyist, but wasn't as good as you. You're amazing. John King, who was on a plane from a funeral, again, he was another boss, not as great as Pierce, but he was a good boss. So when I was being bad, John would come to me and I'd say, "Well, I just tell everybody I learned everything from you." So he would back off a little bit. David Hudson, a legend in this community over at Linwood Holton. You prove how important a solid, wonderful public education system is and what it can do for the community. And Yvette, what can I say? We couldn't talk for a little while because we went into a battle that was unbelievable. I don't know if anybody read the papers, but Yvette stood for quality public education, and she stood for it in the face of a lot of adversity. And she and another parent, along with her husband, Anthony, and the case ended up going all the way through the Supreme Court, and they prevailed. I stood behind them 100%, but we couldn't really talk during the whole litigation time, but I just, so, I get so full. My heart gets so full because we are so close to being the great city that we all know we can be. And only by unifying and pulling together, and everybody here, I could just say, I would be here all night, Jim, but I won't do that because I know people have places to go. It is really important to be able to get 5 votes on a board of 9 people or on city council. It's great to have Kristen Larson here. Jeff Bourne was here earlier and had to leave. I've really been, it was a strong, hard lesson that we all had to learn to get along and to really work together to make some things happen and move forward in a positive way on the school board. And I will continue to do that if I'm honored enough to represent you on city council. I really will. And I'm going to, this is like a huge kickoff because we've been campaigning and laying the foundation and the groundwork, but after Labor Day, it ramps up 1,000 notches. So anyone who has a moment to make a phone call, to even encourage me, it's going to be much needed. I'll be out knocking doors every day, unless there's like a tornado going on, and making calls and meeting as many folks in the community that I can to learn what the issues are and to really communicate that to everyone. And that's my cousin Rosina there. And also, Caroline. She is here on her birthday. So I just want to say thank you. Let's celebrate your birthday. So just having said all that, I'm eternally grateful to everyone. I hope to have you all in some way, shape, or form pulling in the same direction and working to make the city the great city that we know it can be, and bringing about the transparency and accountability on city council, getting the financial reports in line so that we have the money to fix the potholes, to get the tree stumps removed, to build some new schools. So I'm solidly behind all of you, and I hope to have you solidly all behind me as well. So thank you all.
We have 2 more orders of business. Governor, do you have closing remarks?
No, we're good.
We have so much food inside. We've locked the gates, so no one leaves until they have at least two helpings. But I thought what would be very nice, Caroline, since it's your birthday, why don't we do a round of happy birthday?
Yeah.
Ready? Go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Caroline. Happy birthday to you.